Have you ever thought the handful of nuts you ate as a snack was healthy, only to wonder if some were making you worse? We're going to explore the strange world of nuts today, to find out which ones can change your health by improving your heart, brain, and even your longevity, and which ones might have risks you didn't expect. Wait until the end to find out which 4 nuts you should eat and which 4 you should stay away from. This one small change could make a big difference in how you feel every day. Please, tell me if you liked this video before we start. You can help me teach more people about getting old. You should subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos if you haven't already. Leave the first comment if you like this video. Leave the first comment to let me know you don't like it. That way, I can make a better video for you. It's time to begin. 1. Almonds, which are great for your heart. If you've ever been to a grocery store snack aisle, you've probably seen almonds in a huge variety of forms, including raw, roasted, slivered, salted, turned into creamy almond butter, or even made into smooth, dairy-free almond milk. This tiny nut in the shape of a teardrop has become a staple for a good reason. It's packed with nutrients that are great for older people who want to stay healthy as they age. That being said, what makes almonds a superfood? One great thing about them is that they can help your heart health, which is something that many people worry about as the years go by. Lots of monounsaturated fats, which are often called good fats, are found in almonds. These fats are great for lowering your cholesterol. Higher levels of these fats lower LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol that can clog arteries, while higher levels of HDL cholesterol, the good cholesterol that naturally protects against heart disease, do the same thing. A daily handful of almonds, which is about 23 nuts or an ounce, could be a tasty and easy way to improve your heart health if your doctor has ever told you to watch your cholesterol levels or take better care of your heart. But almonds are full of more than just lipids. They are also a great source of magnesium, a mineral that is often forgotten but is very important for health. Keeping your blood pressure in check, helping your nerves work, and making sure your muscles, especially your heart, work at their best are all very important jobs that magnesium does. A lot of older people don't know they're lacking in magnesium, which can show up as high blood pressure, muscle cramps, or even heart rhythm problems. By adding a handful of almonds to your daily routine, like on top of yogurt, in a smoothie, or just by themselves, you're giving your body a natural magnesium boost that keeps these systems running smoothly. There's more. Almonds are great for your skin because they have a lot of vitamin E, which is a strong antioxidant that fights oxidative stress. The damage caused by free radicals speeds up aging and shows up on the skin as fine lines, wrinkles, and a dull appearance. Vitamin E acts as a shield, blocking these harmful molecules, stopping wrinkles from forming, keeping the skin moist, and even protecting some of it from UV damage from the sun. If you're looking for a natural way to keep your skin looking bright and young, almonds could be your best friend. But as with everything good, moderation is key. About 160 to 170 calories are packed into an ounce of almonds, so eating too many could make you gain weight. Don't eat more than the recommended 23 nuts. You'll still get the benefits. Be careful. If you're tempted by flavored almonds like chocolate-dipped, honey-roasted, or yogurt-coated ones, keep in mind that the extra sugars and fats can turn this healthy snack into a treat with more calories than a snack. Also, people who are allergic to tree nuts should not eat almonds. If you're not sure, talk to your doctor. In conclusion, almonds are a nutritional powerhouse. They contain heart-healthy fats, important minerals, and antioxidants that are good for the skin, all in a small, tasty package. Eating just a handful a day can make a big difference in your health. That being said, if almonds are good for the heart, our next nut might be the best for the brain. If you're still watching this video and think these ideas are helpful, please let me know in the first comment below. Additionally, if you haven't already, please subscribe and activate the bell to ensure you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for your support. It lets us keep making good content for you to learn from and be inspired by. Let's move on now. 2. Walnuts, which are great for your brain. Picture this. When you crack open a walnut, you see a two-lobed, wrinkled nut that looks a lot like the human brain. It's almost like nature gave us a hint, and now science has confirmed it. Walnuts are one of the best foods for brain health. Walnuts should be at the top of your shopping list if you want to improve your memory, keep your brain healthy over time, or stop the cognitive decline that comes with getting older. What makes them different? They have a lot of omega-3 fatty acids, especially alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, which is a plant-based omega-3 that isn't found in many nuts. Omega-3s are well known for their ability to reduce inflammation. Inflammation is a silent enemy in the body, especially in the brain. Memory loss, cognitive decline, and even neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's are all caused by long-term inflammation. There is a natural defense in your brain against this damage that you can get from eating walnuts. But that's not all. Also, walnuts are full of antioxidants, like vitamin E, and polyphenols that protect brain cells from oxidative stress. Researchers have found that eating walnuts regularly may improve memory, speed up mental processing, and improve overall cognitive performance. This advantage makes them a fantastic choice for people who want to stay smart well into their later years. Besides being good for your brain, walnuts are also surprisingly good for your metabolism. New evidence suggests that they may make insulin more sensitive, which is an important part of controlling blood sugar. So, people with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes should eat them. Their special mix of healthy fats, fiber, and protein slows digestion and keeps blood sugar from rising too quickly. A typical serving, which is about 14 halves of a walnut, or about an ounce, gives you these benefits without giving you too many calories. But like almonds, walnuts are high in calories, about 180 to 190 calories per ounce, so it's best to watch how much you eat. Some people don't like the taste of walnuts because the natural tannins give them a bitterness that some people don't like. If that's the case, try roasting them briefly in the oven or letting them soak in water for a few hours to soften the taste and make them taste more like butter. Storage is also important. Because walnuts have a lot of oil, they can go bad if they are left in a warm, humid place for a long time. You can keep them fresh in the fridge for a few months, or the freezer for up to a year if you put them in a container that won't let air in. Walnuts are a real superfood because they are good for your brain, heart, and metabolism. Your body and mind will thank you if you eat them every day, whether you mix them into oatmeal, smoothies, or just as a snack. 3. Pistachios are great for keeping your weight in check. Now let's talk about pistachios, those bright green treats you often see at parties or ball games. They're a hit because they're crunchy and slightly sweet, which makes everyone happy. But pistachios are more than just a tasty treat. They're also a smart choice for people who want to stay at a healthy weight without giving up fun. Pistachios are lower in calories than many other nuts. They have only 120 to 130 calories per ounce, which is about 49 kernels. This makes them a good snack for people who are watching their weight. That doesn't mean you can eat all the time, but it does give you a little more room to satisfy your hunger. What makes pistachios so great for keeping weight off? Satiety, the feeling of being full that keeps you from getting hungry, is the key. Protein, fiber, and healthy fats are all found in pistachios, and they work together to keep you from eating too much. Shelling them adds another level of brilliance. It slows you down, giving your brain time to register that you're full and making it harder to mindlessly eat too much. Studies even show that the sight of empty shelves can help people be more aware of their portions. This technique is a small but clever psychological trick. Pistachios are great for your eyes because they are full of lutein and zeaxanthin, which are antioxidants that protect against age-related macular degeneration and keep your vision clear. With monounsaturated fats that support cholesterol balance, Pistachios, like their nut cousins, have heart-healthy benefits as you get older. Their bright color shows that they are powerful antioxidants that fight inflammation and oxidative stress all over the body. A healthy diet includes about 49 pistachios as a serving, but if you buy them already shelled or flavored, like chili or salt and pepper, watch out for extra salt or sugar that may be added. Keep them in a cool, dry place to keep them fresh. And if you or someone you care about has allergies, make sure they're safe for you. Pistachios are a tasty and useful choice that will help you eat more healthily and make better snack choices. As we get older, our bodies go through many changes. One area that is more likely to get damaged is our eyesight. More and more things like blue light from screens, artificial lighting, and oxidative stress, a process in which harmful free radicals build up and hurt cells, are putting our eyes at greater risk. Luckily, some natural chemicals can help protect our eyes. For example, pistachios have antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin that help block harmful blue light and get rid of free radicals. This protects the retina and helps keep your eyes healthy in the long term. By eating these crunchy green nuts, you're not only giving your eyes a tasty snack, but you're also giving them a natural defense system that will help them stay sharp and clear longer. No matter how good they are for you, pistachios need to be eaten with care, just like any other good food. They have about 160 calories per ounce, which is less than some other nuts, but they are still energy-dense, which means that their small size hides a big calorie punch. Keeping track of your portions is very important because it's very easy to get distracted and eat way more than you meant to. The recommended serving size is about 1 ounce, which is equal to 49 pistachios, because they are small compared to other nuts like almonds or walnuts. This is a lot of nuts. Because there are more of them in each serving, they can be very satisfying, making you feel full and happy without making you eat too many calories. Their shells are also helpful because they slow down your eating and give your brain time to register that you're full, which can help you avoid eating too much. Still, there are some things you should know about pistachios. As a tree nut, they could be dangerous for people with allergies, which is a problem with all nuts. A health professional should be consulted before adding pistachios to your diet if you know you are allergic to nuts or think you might be. If you can eat them safely, pistachios are a tasty and healthy snack that combines crunch, flavor, and health benefits into one easy-to-carry package. In addition, you can make a healthy treat that helps you lose weight and keep your eyes healthy by mixing them with a handful of fresh berries, a dollop of low-sugar Greek yogurt, or even a sprinkle of dark chocolate shavings. If you're still watching this video and think these ideas are helpful, please let me know in the second comment below. Additionally, if you haven't already, please subscribe and activate the bell to ensure you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for your support. It lets us keep making good content for you to learn from and be inspired by. Let's move on now. Let us now talk about a nut that isn't as well known, but is very good for your health in one specific way. It's great for your thyroid, sometimes overshadowed by more popular nuts like cashews or almonds. Brazil nuts should get extra attention for having the best nutrition profile. These big nuts in the shape of a crescent don't show up in every snack bowl, but they are the best when it comes to helping your thyroid and immune system. Selenium, an important trace mineral that is very important for thyroid function, is their secret weapon. The thyroid is a small gland in your neck that looks like a butterfly. It controls your metabolism, how much energy you make, your mood, and many other things in your body. As we age, keeping our bodies working at their best becomes more and more important, and selenium is a key part of that mission. Selenium helps the thyroid by making it easier to make and change thyroid hormones like T3 and T4. These hormones control a lot of things, from how well your brain works to how quickly you burn calories. Even a small lack of this mineral can throw things off, slowing down the metabolism, draining energy, or even changing your mood and making it harder to think clearly. In addition to being good for the thyroid, selenium is also a powerful antioxidant. It works with vitamin E and other compounds in Brazil nuts to fight oxidative stress and inflammation, which are two main causes of aging and long-term diseases like diabetes and heart disease. Selenium also boosts the immune system, making it easier for your body to fight off infections and get better after being sick. This effect is especially helpful as your immunity naturally decreases with age. But what really makes Brazil nuts stand out is how much selenium they contain. Unlike most nuts, where a big handful is considered a serving, these nuts have so much selenium that just 1 or 2 can meet your daily need, which for adults is about 55 micrograms. This usefulness is both a good thing and a warning. Eating too many Brazil nuts can raise your selenium levels to a dangerous level, which can cause selenosis, a condition that can show up as brittle hair and nails, stomach problems, or even neurological problems in the worst cases. So, moderation is not just a suggestion, it's a must. You shouldn't think of Brazil nuts as a snack, but as a targeted nutritional supplement. They are a small, but powerful addition to your diet. You can enjoy them in smart ways that won't make you eat too many if you don't like the slightly earthy, dry texture. To get various crunches, cut up a single Brazil nut and mix it in with almonds, walnuts, or sunflower seeds. You can also put it in a smoothie with banana and spinach, or you can sprinkle it on top of yogurt or oatmeal with fresh fruit like blueberries or apple slices. This way, you can get the benefits of them for your immune system and thyroid while still watching how much you eat. Brazil nuts are a great example of the saying, "Good things come in small packages." When used correctly, they're full of nutrients that will help you live longer and feel better. After discussing some excellent nut options, let's delve into a narrative that should impart a valuable lesson. There are different kinds of nuts, and some may not be the best choice for older people who want to stay healthy. People often say that nuts are superfoods because they are full of healthy fats, protein, and important micronutrients. However, some types of nuts have problems that could make your health goals less achievable. Whether it's because they are high in calories, contain allergens, or have hidden ingredients, it may be best to eat fewer nuts, or not at all. Let's look at 4 types that might be hard, starting with one that looks surprisingly rich. 1. Macadamia nuts. When you think of macadamia nuts, you might think of sweet treats like white chocolate macadamia cookies, high-end trail mixes, or buttery roasted handfuls. They are a favorite because of their rich, creamy texture and subtle sweetness. But this indulgence comes at a price, especially if you're trying to lose weight or keep your heart healthy. Macadamia nuts are very unhealthy because they have a lot of calories and fat. An ounce of them, which is about 10 to 12 nuts, has more than 200 calories and 21 grams of fat, which is more than most other nuts. A lot of this fat is monounsaturated, which is good for your heart. But it's so dense that it's easy to eat a lot of calories without feeling full. When you compare this to almonds or pistachios, which have more volume per calorie, you can see the difference. The problem is made worse by the fact that they can't be stopped. Some nuts, like almonds, are harder to stop chewing, but macadamias are soft and melt in your mouth, which can make you eat a lot more than you meant to. Before you know it, a quick snack adds up to hundreds of extra calories, making it impossible to lose weight. Commercial preparations make the problem worse. When macadamias are honey roasted, salted, or dipped in chocolate, they add sugar, sodium, and saturated fats, making them a potentially healthy choice that is actually very bad for you. There is a chance that these extras will make things worse for older people who are already having trouble with their cholesterol, blood pressure, or blood sugar. That doesn't mean you can't eat macadamia nuts at all. Moderation and planning are important. If you have to have them, choose raw or dry roasted varieties and be sure to stick to strict portions. Small snack packs are better than loose handfuls from a jar. To enjoy them in a more controlled way, add them to your meals. For example, crush some over a leafy green salad, add them to a quinoa bowl with vegetables, or blend them into your own pesto. In this way, you can enjoy their unique taste without eating too much of them. Even though macadamia nuts aren't bad in and of themselves, it's easy to eat too many of them, and they're often added to foods in unhealthy ways, so you should be careful when eating them. If you're trying to lose weight or keep your heart healthy, it's best to limit these treats and not eat them all the time. If you're still watching this video and think these ideas are helpful, please let me know in the third comment below. Additionally, if you haven't already, please subscribe and activate the bell to ensure you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for your support. It lets us keep making good content for you to learn from and be inspired by. Let's move on now. 2. Peanuts are a common allergen that can be dangerous in secret. In the United States, peanuts are a common food and part of many people's diets. They are loved for their rich, earthy flavor and ability to be used in many ways, from classic peanut butter on sandwiches to salty roasted handfuls eaten at baseball games or holiday parties. One of the most popular nuts in the United States is the peanut. Even though peanuts are very popular and have a lot of cultural meaning, they can be dangerous in a number of ways that should be looked into more closely. Peanuts are not nuts at all, despite what most people think. They are legumes, which are plants related to beans, peas, and lentils. For the average eater, this difference may not seem important, but it has big effects. For example, the fact that peanuts are classified as legumes explains why some people who are allergic to tree nuts can eat them without any problems, while others have severe reactions to both tree nuts and peanuts, making it hard to tell which foods are safe to eat. The biggest problem with peanuts is that they can cause allergies, which are one of the worst and most potentially life-threatening food sensitivities. Millions of people around the world are allergic to peanuts. For those who are allergic, being exposed to peanuts can cause anaphylaxis, a rapid systemic reaction that can include trouble breathing, swelling, and a dangerous drop in blood pressure. People or families with this condition must always be on guard. The only reliable defense is to stay away from peanuts and products made from peanuts. Because symptoms can come on quickly and get worse, peanuts are a hidden danger in places where there is a chance of cross-contamination, like bakeries, restaurants, and even shared kitchens. In addition to being allergenic, peanuts contain aflatoxins, which are very dangerous. Molds like Aspergillus flavus and Aspergillus parasiticus make these poisonous chemicals. These molds do best in warm, damp conditions, which peanuts may experience while they are growing, being harvested, or being stored. Flavonoids are not just a minor annoyance. They are strong carcinogens that have been linked to liver damage and a higher risk of getting liver cancer over time. To protect consumers in the U.S., regulatory bodies like the FDA put strict limits on the amount of aflatoxin that can be found in food. However, the risk is still there. Peanuts that were bought in bulk from sources that aren't as regulated or that were stored incorrectly for a long time may still have high levels of these toxins. This risk is especially high in places with lax enforcement or in goods brought in from countries with less strict rules, so peanut lovers should always be aware of it. To make things even more complicated, a lot of peanut products on the market have unhealthy ingredients added to them that make them less healthy. One example is peanut butter, which many people ate all the time as a child. When it's in its purest form, it can be a healthy source of protein and healthy fats. However, most of the jars in supermarkets are full of hydrogenated oils, refined sugars, and too much sodium. These additives are meant to make food taste better and last longer, but they can cause a lot of health problems, like heart disease, weight gain, and chronic inflammation. In the same way, roasted peanuts, which are often sold as an easy, protein-rich snack, are often covered in too much salt, artificial flavors, or sweet glazes like honey or caramel. Something that might seem like a healthy choice at first can quickly turn into a dense, nutrient-poor treat, making it hard to stick to a healthy diet. So, what is a safer and healthier way to eat peanuts? For people who love their creamy, nutty taste, the key is to choose them carefully and not eat too many of them. Peanut butter that doesn't have any added sugars, oils, or preservatives is better. It should only have peanuts and maybe a pinch of salt. Controlling your portion size is also very important because peanuts are high in calories, and eating too many of them can make you gain weight without meaning to. Another important step is to store the peanuts correctly. Keep them in a cool, dry place, preferably in a container that keeps air out, to keep mold and aflatoxin from growing. When you buy in bulk, only buy from reputable sellers who have clear quality controls. Peanuts can be part of a healthy diet, but they should be eaten with care because they can cause allergies, are easily contaminated with harmful substances, and are often processed in ways that aren't healthy. Third, pine nuts are expensive, small, and often have bad tastes. Pine nuts are very expensive and very popular in the food world because they taste like butter and have a light crunch. The cones of some pine trees are used to get these tiny seeds, which have been used in Mediterranean and Italian cuisines for hundreds of years. Sprinkled on top of a fresh arugula salad, mixed into a bright basil pesto, or added to a sauté of vegetables and herbs, pine nuts add a classy touch to any dish. They go well with tangy cheeses, fragrant olive oil, and zesty seasonings. Even though pine nuts taste great in cooking, they are not as good for you as other nuts like almonds, walnuts, or pistachios when it comes to everyday snacking or being a nutritional powerhouse. The high oil content of pine nuts makes them very perishable, which is one of the biggest problems with them. Almonds and cashews, which are harder nuts that can stay fresh in the pantry for months, don't lose their flavor like pine nuts do. If they are not stored properly, their many natural oils quickly oxidize, which turns them rancid. This process takes away their health benefits and leaves them with an unpleasant stale or sour taste. It's not just that this spoilage ruins their delicate flavor. It can also give some people mild stomach pain. To keep pine nuts fresh, store them carefully. For short-term use, put them in an airtight container in the fridge, and for longer-term use, put them in the freezer. Room temperature isn't good for these nuts, especially in warm or humid places where they go bad faster. Even stranger is a condition called pine mouth syndrome, which some people who love pine nuts say makes them feel bad. For some people, eating pine nuts leaves their mouths with a bitter or metallic taste that won't go away for days or even weeks, changing the taste of everything they eat or drink. This condition isn't dangerous to your health, but it can be very annoying and turn a tasty meal into a long, sensory ordeal. Researchers are still not sure what caused it, but some ideas include certain types of pine nuts, especially those that come from certain types of Chinese pine trees, or biochemical sensitivities in people. Have you ever enjoyed a handful of pine nuts only to find that your coffee tasted like pennies for days? If so, you might think twice about eating them again. When it comes to nutrition, pine nuts aren't as good as many of their nut-based peers. Even though they have healthy monounsaturated fats, they don't have as much protein or fiber as almonds, walnuts, or pistachios. Pine nuts don't provide much satiety, which means they won't keep you full for long periods of time. This is important to keep in mind if you're looking for nutrient-dense snacks to keep you going through the day. Not only that, but they don't have as many vitamins and minerals as other nuts, like the omega-3 fatty acids and vitamin E found in walnuts and almonds, but not in peanuts. When you consider that pine nuts have a short shelf life and a high price tag that is often due to the hard work involved in collecting them from pine cones, they don't seem like the best choice for regular eating. How can you enjoy pine nuts without attracting unwanted attention? You can still use them as a sophisticated accent in dishes if you want to, but you need to be careful and not overdo it. Don't eat them by the fistful as a snack. Instead, sprinkle a tablespoon of them over a salad, or blend a small handful of them into pesto. A healthier and more nutritious alternative to pine nuts is to use seeds like pumpkin or sunflower or even almonds. These have a similar texture and offer more protein, fiber, and vitamins at a much lower cost. When you buy pine nuts, only get what you can use right away. To keep them fresh, put them in the fridge or freezer. If you can, find out where the nuts came from. Some sources say that nuts from native Mediterranean species like Pinus pinea may be less likely to cause pine mouth than cheaper imports. Though pine nuts add a gourmet touch to food, they should not be eaten every day because they go bad quickly, are low in nutrients, and can cause strange side effects. Instead, they should be enjoyed once in a while. If you're still watching this video and think these ideas are helpful, please let me know in the fourth comment below. Additionally, if you haven't already, please subscribe and activate the bell to ensure you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for your support. It lets us keep making good content for you to learn from and be inspired by. Let's move on now. When you think of chestnuts, you might immediately picture busy holiday markets where people roast them over open fires, filling the air with the fragrant scent of the season. You might think of warm winter nights, the sound of a fireplace, and the deliciously sweet and nutty chestnuts that go with holiday traditions. Chestnuts are important to many cultures, and they are often praised in songs and recipes for everything from roasted snacks to creamy soups and holiday stuffing. Even though chestnuts are pretty and taste unique, they are different from most nuts in a surprising way. They are high in nutrients. Nuts like almonds, walnuts, and pecans are known for having a lot of protein and good fats for your heart. Chestnuts, on the other hand, are mostly made up of carbs, specifically starch. They look more like starchy vegetables like potatoes or grains like rice than they do like their tree nut cousins. Because of this, they have a naturally sweet taste and a soft, crumbly texture. However, they don't have the same health benefits as nuts, like being high in protein or fat. One thing that makes chestnuts different is that they don't have a lot of healthy fats, which is something that most other nuts do. Almonds and walnuts are great examples of foods that are high in monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, which have been studied a lot for their ability to help heart health. Because they lower bad LDL cholesterol, raise good HDL cholesterol, and reduce inflammation, these fats are great for people who want to protect their heart. On the other hand, chestnuts have almost no fat at all, less than 2 grams per 100 grams, compared to 50 to 60 grams in most other nuts. Because chestnuts don't have much fat, they don't give you the satiety factor, which is the feeling of fullness that nuts with more fat give you. This can be very helpful for losing weight or snacking between meals. If you're trying to add nuts to your diet because they have heart-healthy fats or give you energy that lasts, chestnuts might not be the best choice. Another thing to think about is that chestnuts have a higher glycemic index, which shows how quickly a food raises blood sugar. The main thing that these nuts do is make your blood sugar rise faster than nuts like hazelnuts or pistachios that are high in protein and fat. This is because most of their calories come from carbs. Because of this, chestnuts are not as good for people who need to carefully control their blood sugar, like those with diabetes, prediabetes, or insulin resistance. They are naturally sweet, which makes them a tasty treat, especially when roasted or boiled. But this sweetness can be bad for people who are watching how many carbs they eat, or who want to keep their energy level steady all day. To give you an idea, 1 ounce, 28 grams of chestnuts has about 15 grams of carbs, while the same amount of almonds only has about 6 grams, and most of those are fiber instead of starch. When it comes to micronutrients, chestnuts aren't completely bad. They don't have as much nutrition as some other nuts, but they do have some vitamin C, which is unusual for nuts. They also have small amounts of potassium, magnesium, and B vitamins like folate and B6. Some of the benefits of these nutrients are that they help the immune system and the metabolism of energy. On the other hand, chestnuts don't have as many minerals or antioxidants as some other nuts. Almonds are a great source of vitamin E, magnesium, and calcium, all of which are important for healthy skin, muscles, and bones. Walnuts are great because they have a lot of omega-3 fatty acids, which are good for your brain and reduce inflammation. On the other hand, chestnuts have much less of these important nutrients and protein, only 1 to 2 grams per ounce compared to 6 to 7 grams in peanuts or almonds. Because they have less protein, they won't keep you full for as long, so they're not as good as other snacks that stick to your ribs. Still, chestnuts have some culinary and nutritional value, especially for people who want certain things in their food. People who are on a gluten-free diet can eat chestnuts instead of grains because they don't contain gluten. They have a starchy base that can be used in place of wheat-based ingredients in recipes. They can be used in a lot of different ways in the kitchen because they cook up soft and creamy like mashed potatoes. Traditional European foods, like Italian or French, use chestnuts to make flour for desserts, smooth soups, or just roast them as a simple side dish. They may be used in sweet pastes or savory stir-fries in Asian cooking. If you're trying to eat less fat, the fact that they have less fat can also be a plus, as long as you watch out for the carbs. Chestnut roasting is still a beloved holiday tradition. Their unique flavor can make dishes like stuffing taste better or go well with root vegetables. When you want to enjoy chestnuts without eating too many carbs, a little planning can go a long way. Because they don't have a lot of fat or protein, eating them with food that goes well with them can help balance out their effect on blood sugar and make them a more complete snack or meal. You could serve roasted chestnuts with a small piece of cheese, a slice of lean turkey, or a bunch of nuts that are higher in fat, like almonds or walnuts. This mix includes protein and healthy fats, which slow down digestion and give you a steady flow of energy. Furthermore, watch your portions. To keep your carb intake in check, stick to a small handful, which is about 5 to 6 chestnuts or 1 ounce. Another useful fact is that chestnuts go bad faster than other nuts because they contain more water, around 50% versus 5 to 10% in almonds and pecans. So, if you don't store them right, they can grow mold. If you buy fresh chestnuts, put them in a bag with holes in it and put it in the fridge. You should eat them within 3 to 4 weeks. You could also choose vacuum-packed or canned varieties, which will last longer, though they might have extra salt or preservatives added. To sum up, nuts can be a great addition to your diet, but they need to be eaten with some care to make sure you stay on track with your nutrition goals. Since everyone has different nutritional needs, talking to a doctor or registered dietitian can help you figure out how nuts fit into your health goals, whether you're trying to control a condition or make your diet better. In the end, balance, variety, and moderation are the keys to getting the most out of nuts. If you use the right nuts in the right amounts, they can be a tasty and healthy addition to any dish, from salads to snacks to yummy holiday treats. So, those are the 4 nuts that are great for your health and the 4 that you might want to think again about. What do you know now? I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below this video with one thing you learned today that you will practice. You could switch out macadamia nuts for pistachios or add Brazil nuts to your diet to help your thyroid. What did you learn? Leave a comment below if you liked the video, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. On the one hand, there are powerhouse nuts like Brazil nuts, almonds, walnuts, and pistachios. These nuts provide healthy fats, protein, and important nutrients that help the heart, brain, and overall health. On the other hand, you should be careful around some nuts. Some nuts that are high in calories and fat are macadamia nuts, peanuts, pine nuts, and chestnuts. Peanuts are technically legumes and may cause allergic reactions. Pine nuts are expensive and can cause problems with taste. You can read more about how to snack smarter and live a better life here. Stay healthy until next time and don't eat too many nuts.